G'day everyone, Envy here, and we're back with some more MTG Arena. Today we are playing Historic Sagas. This is a historic deck that is very much a combo janky very deck, but it is a lot of fun. And let me go through what the deck is. The whole deck revolves around controlling your opponent, getting rid of their creatures, getting rid of their lands, getting rid of all their cards, and then putting down a big, unbeatable creature and winning the game with that. And if we really feel like pulling shenanigans, we can just make multiple copies of that invincible creature and just slowly punch them in the face until they have no will to live anymore. Now, to do this, we are playing this deck has a lot of moving parts in it and a lot of ways to achieve victory. So I'll go through each individual card and we'll say what we're doing, and we'll look at the sideboard, the wish board actually, which is used for our Masterminds acquisition. So first of all, we are running an 80 card Yorion deck because a lot of our stuff can bounce, which is always a great thing to have. Free creature we can pull to our hand if we need to, if the time's right. So we're running 2 Tormund's Crypt in the main deck. This is primarily used in 2 ways. One, to stop our opponent from putting stuff in the graveyard, such as if we verse a Phoenix deck, it's their worst enemy. Plus, nothing's more fun than putting this, playing Fall of Thran, wiping out all their lands, and then exiling their graveyard so they get nothing back. That's pretty much a GG, because that allows us to pull our lands from the graveyard, and they can't do anything, so that's always a fun way of doing it. We've got 4 Flicker of Fate. This exiles its creature enchantment and bounces it back to its owner's control. You can do this, have 3 main things. 1, we can bounce our own enchantments, such as Elves Reborn, Elspeth Conquers Death, or Elspeth's Nightmare, to allow them to enter the battlefield. We can use it to protect our own creatures if they try to get exiled. Indestructible doesn't protect against exile, so we can, fizzle that out. We can also use it on our opponent's creatures because it makes them bounce back. So if they're going to swing for a huge amount of damage, you can bounce their creature back so they don't get it. Also bounce tokens, they don't get them back. And if they do use something like they steal our creature, we can always bounce it back to our owner's control. So we can take it back to us, which is really cool. And doing it at instant speed is a lot of fun. 2 Bertham Leaders. For a little bit of ramp, it's always a bit of fun. 4 Search for Glory. This allows us to search for a Snow Permanent, Legendary, or Saga card. That is a lot of choices we can get, plus we get a little bit of life since we are running Snowland, so it's always a great choice. This can find us one of our best cards in the deck, which I'll get to in a moment, which is Thran's Temporal Gateway. 3 Elspeth's Nightmare for that removal, exiling graveyard, which is always fun, and choosing non-creature cards and discarding, always good. Crucible Worlds works for our Fall of Thran. Also, if we're not playing Fall of Thran at the exact moment, we can always use it to bring back Memorial to Glory, Memorial to Folly, and our Fabled Passage for land every single time we can play lands, which is really good. 1 Cellar Wreckage to avoid people just swinging into us. 2 Extinction Events for exiling things we don't like. 2 Masterminds Acquisitions for finding it's a tutor card for inside our deck or outside our deck, whatever floats our boat. Now, in the times of when you could have a 15 card wish board, this was way more powerful, so we had to cut our wish board down to 7 main cards, which was difficult to do, but I think these 7 are probably the best I need for what I'm doing. 1 Phyrexian Strictures for destroying everything, but keeping one of our creatures if we need it, plus it exiles all cards from opponent's graveyard. 1 Cosmos Elixir for keeping us alive in the long game, because if we're versing a sort of burn deck, we don't really have much life gain in it, apart from our Meletus and Search for Glory, so it's always good to have another one that can just slowly give us back. Cosmos Elixir will keep you alive for more times than you can probably count, because it's also really good. Plus, we can always just pull it from our deck if we need to. We got 2 Helm of the Host, which is really cool. It makes copies of any creature, but if those copies are, if it's a legendary creature, you get a non-legendary copy. So it allows you to make copies of things like Ulamog, and having multiple Ulamogs is just the most fun you can possibly have. 2 Thran Temporal Gateway. This, for 4 mana, we can put any historic card from our hand in the battlefield, which means on turn 5, technically, we can put down an Ugin. We can put Ulamog, not Ugin. We can also put down turn 5 any of our things like Fall of Thran, Elspeth Conquers Deck, Eldest Reborn, because they are technically historic cards, because sagas are historic, so we can put those down. For Doomsguard, the best sort of removal that we can do, since we can play it on turn 3, as early as turn 3, good against aggro decks. 2 Elspeth Conquers Death. Again, we can always bounce these with our Flicker of Fate or Infinite Yorions to keep stealing their stuff. Plus, we can get a Planeswalker or creature card back from the graveyard. So that means if we lose one of our 4 actual cards of the actual creatures and Planeswalkers, we can bring them back. Eldest Reborn is a bit different. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. You don't get to choose, they get to choose, which can backfire a little bit, which is why this is an uncommon, not a rare. They discard a card, but its third one, you get to take any creature or planeswalker from a graveyard and put it on the battlefield. So if they have some and they haven't been exiled yet, which tends to happen quite a lot, let's be honest, we can get it back and that's ours. Two Shadows Verdict. Since we don't run any creatures at a mana cost 3 or less, this is a complete board wipe for a deck that utilizes low to the ground. Any Goblin deck will lose everything apart from their Muxus. Elves will lose everything they can have. Angels pretty much lose everything they have, except for probably if they're running green, they'll keep their Squirrel. But everything else will get completely wiped from their field and their graveyard, so they can't get them back, which is always super fun. Fall of Thran destroys all lands. Really good against someone who wants to ramp, or super fun against if we play Settle the Wreckage. They get a bunch of lands. Next turn we just blow all their lands up, and they just lose all the lands they had. And since they chuck nearly all their lands onto the battlefield after their big swing, they're going to draw a bunch of creatures but no lands to repopulate themselves, and it's pretty much GG at that point. One Professor Onyx, because Professor Onyx is really cool because we can just put stuff in the graveyard. We don't mind so much since all our artifacts we can return. All our lands we can return, and all our creatures we can return. So if we want to put, like, say, Ulamog into the graveyard, we can always bring them back later. So it's always not too bad. One Elish Norn. Elish Norn is really good against an aggro deck, since everything gets -2, -2. This is enough to cripple most aggro decks if you can get this one out on turn 5. You can pretty much cripple them, and if you make enough copies with Helm of the Host, your opponent can't play any creatures, and yours just keep getting bigger and bigger. Zapolta is flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, indestructible. You can't argue with that. Apart from exiling it, it is not going anywhere. With vigilance, it can block and attack, which is really great. Ulamog doesn't get the ability of exiling 2 permanents when it casts, because unless we cast from our hand, which we rarely do, but every time it attacks, they lose 20 cards of their library. And if they're playing a 60-card deck, 3 attacks means we win. In 3 turns, if they can't stop him, we win, regardless of whether they block him or not. Regardless of damage, we will win because we'll exile their top cards of their library and they're not getting them back. As for lands, we're running 35 lands in the deck. 1 Cave of the Frost Dragon, 1 Memorial to Glory, 8 Snow-Covered Lands, 1 Memorial to Folly, 8 Snow-Covered Swamps, 4 Brightcon Pathway, 4 Godless Shrines, 3 Isolate Shadow, 1 Buried Ruin, and 4 Fatal Passage. Buried Ruin helps us get artifacts back to our hand. Typically, we want to get Tormund's Crypt back every time we play it. We want to get it back. With Crucible Worlds on the field, we can sacrifice the Buried Ruin, and then we can play it again next turn, which is always fun. Now, onto the Wish board. This is what I'm running. There's only 6 in the sideboard because Yorion's in there, which is unfortunate, but we can only play with the 6. So let me go. We've got 1 Tormund's Crypt because Tormund's Crypt is great, and we need it to do the combo with the Fall of Thran. Another Thran's Temporal Gateway. If we can pull this, it's great to have. It's always good to have if we can grab one. 1 Cleansing Nova. So this is just a board wipe for artifacts or enchantments if we need to. 1 Last Shadow's Verdict for against aggro. 1 Approach the Second Sun is an alternate win condition, and 1 Ugin because that is also a win condition as well. The way we win the game is essentially annoying them enough that they have nothing left they can play with, and we just get them to quit. We can also win with our big creatures, which is typically what we try and do. So let's go play some Historic Ranked and see if we can win a few games with our Historic Sagas. Now, before we jump into the games, I will say, I feel like this is a very hard deck to pilot sometimes, since there is a lot of things going on, and you can make a lot of misplays. I've had to do a lot of practice, and I'm still pretty not great with some of the combos in it. So it is a lot of fun, though. However, if you can, Fall of Thran is one of the most fun cards you can play. Land Destruction is such a brutally unfun thing to verse against, but to play it is it's just something special. So let's go play some Historic Ranked and see how we do. Let's get going. Alright, we're going first, and this is actually not a bad hand. So let's keep it and start with this. Let's start with the Cave of the Frost Dragon, so we can come in untapped. Oh, I like the sound it makes. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, green. Are we losing Elves? Could it be Elves we're versing today? It is Elves. Well, kind of figured that would be the case, you know. It's usually what we go against. If we hit and just a 4th land, we should be able to do some good things with Settle the Wreckage if he decides to go for that sort of end game. But next turn we'll take out the thing. War Master is fun. Just Barrow Sentinel is a bit of a problem in the long run for us. Here we go, we got the land we need. Let's go Elspeth's Nightmare. So we'll see what he's going up against. If we can hold... Ooh, Lanoa. Alright. It's another elf, so we'll take 2 damage. That's an acceptable amount. Ooh, Channel Caller. Alright, we're going to have to hold for next turn. So we can go for that swing. If he goes really big and tries to go for us, then we're in... Ooh, Flicker of Fate, it's fun. We could go Flicker of Fate. Oh yeah, Collector Company. That's actually an idea. Let's do that. We may take some hits, but I think this should actually slow him down a bit. So let's take out... Oh, I want to take out Elvish Slancaller. That's going to slow him down at least a little bit. And if we're lucky, we might be able to get Eldest Reborn out. So it costs him 5 to play this one, which he could do if he plays a land. He could play Ren's Run Vanquisher. But if we don't play anything, if we don't get a land, I think we'll hold Settle the Wreckage up. It's probably the best choice. Yeah, so this is going to cost him all his mana, which is alright, I suppose. Oh, he has Cancaller in his hand. Oh, very nice. Alright, so he's definitely going to... He's going all in. Beautiful. That means we're going to take at least 4 damage this turn, but we hold up, Sell the Wreckage. Maybe he might run right into it like a fool. He's got nothing in his hand. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, I guess I have nothing. I am my turn. Please say you run straight into me like a fool. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, he just ran right into that one, didn't he? That went well. That's his entire... That's all them gone. At least he gets 6 lands. I mean, that does put him way ahead of me. But without substantial gains, we can just start picking off his stuff. And hopefully get enough lands to get Sepultura out. I would definitely go Eldest Reborn. That allows me to take at least Sentinel. Alright, a bunch of lands. I guess it's my turn now. Flicker of Fate exiles the graveyard, so that's all gone now. I didn't get anything, so I think I'm going to go with Yorin the Sky Nomad. Still waiting for that 5th land, but we can play Yorin. He can stay, and he's... Oh, he got land. That's good. Oh, there's my land. But it comes in tapped. Unfortunate. And I don't have enough to get the Cave Dragon to work yet. Oh, land as well. That's fun. Alright, well, he's not getting anything from there, so... I don't have anything in my graveyard right now. So let's go with the Eldest Reborn, because he doesn't have anything. But we can always bounce it next turn with Yorion if he plays a creature. Nope, just lands. Oh, there it is. Nothing. Oh, well, here's nothing. These attackers. I'm going to play my Throngs Temporal Gateway. Let's hold that up. Now we're going to start putting some stuff down like Sepultura and Ulamog, and we should see a scoop. Dude, that is unfortunate for you, isn't it? Nothing, but, you know, it's alright. Let's go with our Ulamog. He's a great one to have. And our turn with that. Lanoa Elves. Ooh, very nice. I like Lanoa. You got that little blocker? He's going to keep you alive, isn't he? We could go Fall of Tharn. That would empty his entire thing. He'd have nothing left. We have Ulamog to defend ourselves. So let's go with this one first. Let's take out Llanowar Elves. And we'll go combat next to attackers and swing for 10 damage. And you lose 20 cards. Whew. Oh boy. Oh boy. And if he plays a creature next turn, we're just going to Flicker of Fate and kill it. All his creatures are really low power, so he's just going to lose whatever creature he puts down. Even as a blocker. Cool. I'm going to Flicker of Fate. We're going to Flicker Elspeth's Nightmare. Cool. And Imperial Perfect goes down. Bang. Pass to me for my perfect victory. You have nothing in your hands. I don't care. Activate this one. Put down Sepulta. Okay, his tap doesn't matter. And we swing for 10 damage. Another 20 cards. That empties him out. And that ends the game. Alright, going first. It's a good hand. Pretty good. We got Saga, search for things. Godless Shrine. I think it's definitely Birth of Meletus first is the way to go. And we got Fall of Thran. Nice. I'd like a Snow-Covered Plains, please. Thank you, kindly. We'll get a nice little blocker to help us. He doesn't play anything, which is interesting. We could go Snow-Covered Plains. We could Elspeth's Nightmare, but he hasn't got anything yet that I want to keep. So I think we're just going to... Let's grab Yorion to our hand. And we'll pass our turn. Lightning House just burns me, that's okay. I'll get 2 life back from this guy. He's playing 3 mana. What's he getting? Another Lightning Helix. Oof. And Skewer the... Oh, it's a burn deck. Oh, that's fun, isn't it? Alright, well, it's definitely time to find something. Let's auto-pay that one. Something that gets me life back. Birth of Meletus would be good. Also, the Elves Reborn, but I don't have any creatures in the graveyard yet. So let's start with something fun. I think we can go with something like Professor Onyx could help us find stuff we need. Let's go with the Thran Temporal Gateway. It's always a good choice to have when time comes for it. Oof, they're really going at it, aren't they? Ah, perfect. We're where we need to be. Let's go with the Tormund's Crypt. Let's stop him from doing whatever it is he does, which is Elspeth's Nightmare. Nothing so far. But if he does play a creature, we can go Flicker of Fate and bounce this to destroy his creature. He's got to play something eventually. Man, that's annoying, isn't it? Ah, Skullstar Mage. He didn't get it. My turn. Unfortunate for you, my friend. What do you got in your hand? Anything good? Oh, Wizard's Lightning. That's going away. Now, let's go with the white land here. And we're going to play the Fall of Thran. Because guess what? That's all the land's gone. Oh no. And then the Crypt will go and exile everything you have. That's not fun, is it? Now you've got to start from the beginning. Or you can just quit. That works too. Alright, our opponent is going first. How unfortunate. This is not a particularly... Well, actually, if I manage to get 3 lands, it's actually not too bad, because it allows me to put Ulamog and Onyx, depending. Oh man. Oh no, that's 3 lands. If we draw a 4th land, we go Elspeth's Nightmare. If he gets third, man. Ah. Damn. There goes Royal Gateway. There goes the gateway. I can get the gateway back. I can find another gateway. It's not the end of the world. Search for Glory will find me a new gateway. Putting Onyx or Ulamog in my graveyard actually assists me in the long run. Thought Erasure. Turn 2 Thought Erasure. I thought we were past this. Which one's he gonna pick? Hard choices. We're definitely gonna have to search for a new one. Hopefully find that 4th land to get the throne. He went for Onyx. Okay. We can get Onyx back. It's not the end of the world. Alright, okay, he's going. This is creature removal, which I don't particularly mind since I have enough stuff to remove things. But definitely this will be a black land. If we don't find land next turn, we have to go search for and find a snowland, which I really don't want to do, but I might end up having to do if this is the case. So definitely Esper with Thought Erasure. Curious to see what kind of deck this is. If we can get the gateway down, that leads us lots of stuff. Alright, well, we can't get gateway down this. Oh, there's our 4th land. Nice. Black. I'm going Elspeth's Nightmare because that means I can take out a counterspell if I need to play the Temporal Gateway. Because if we can stick Ulamog down, that's great. Ugh. You are not a fun person, you know that? Alright, well, I can't play the 4th land anyway right now, so let's see what he's got. Oath of Teferi, Flicker of Fate, doesn't affect me. Wrath of God, don't care about. Oath of Teferi, yeah, that can go away. You can send the hell. Alright, so he's got no counterspells, so we can play Memorial to Folly. We can play Search for Glory. And find ourselves another Thrawn Temporal Gateway. Get ourselves a new one. I have no snowlands there, that's amazing. Well, he pulled that 1 card, so he's got no, and that graveyard's going away now, which is good. So we put the gateway down, he'll have no way of stopping it, which is good for me. Good, that means Ulamog is going to come on down. Not much you can do about that now. Because Wrath of God destroys creatures, but he's indestructible, so I don't really care. Okay, let's go with the gateway. Let's play the Isolated Chapel. Now we can put Ulamog down, which is fun. Don't know what he's got here. He's got a card, but with... So what's he got? He could play Yorion. Doom Foretold. Oh, that's unfortunate. You really didn't want me to have my fun, did you? Activate the ability. I'm going to stick the Ulamog down before you get a chance to do it. Ulamog. Boom. Now sacrifice the Temporal Gateway. Unfortunate, but a necessary sacrifice. So I get my thing up. Now he's forced to discard. Even if he flickers it, it won't do anything. But that doesn't do anything. You have to sacrifice it. Cool. And if you didn't get Doom Foretold, we're okay. Oops, yeah, I don't know why you did that, man. That was weird. You can just put Yorion down as a blocker. That'll work. Good game. Sorry. Thanks, man. Alright, let's go first. Birth, Flicker. It's okay. I can live with this. As long as we're not versing mono red, we should be okay. Oh, versing black. Well, that's not the best thing ever, but it's not the worst possible situation we could be in. So if he plays something, we can do Elspeth Conquers Death. He does not. So let's see. Flicker and grab another land if we want to. We might flicker in his end step and get our Birth and Leaders to find another land. Depends what he plays. Nothing? Alright, well I'm going to flicker this one. So let's grab a... Yep, resolve that. Grab another land. Land's always fun to have. Play this. Let's grab Yorion. End our turn with that. He's playing for something big. We can get rid of his playing big. Acquisition. Oh, that's a little bit worrying. But if he's getting something really big, we might be able to take it out. Alright, let's go Memorial to Glory. Let's play Elspeth's Nightmare. It means next turn, if he doesn't, we can take something out of his hand. If he doesn't play Chromatic Lantern. Well, that's... I'm getting rid of that. No offense. Is that what you grabbed? This doesn't affect me. I don't really care about that. This is annoying. This is kind of annoying, but I kind of can bounce him if he decides to play it. Let's go Vraska's 1. And let's go with... Let's go Elspeth Conquers Death. Let's take out the Chromatic Lantern. If he plays Joe and Vest, we can always get rid of him. Let's go with the Isolated Chapel. Pass turn there. He's going for Lich Knight, which is great. I'm going to go with the Snow-Covered Swamp. We're going to play Yorion. Yorion will bounce our Elspeth Conquers Death way. Come back. End our turn. He'll come back. Take out the Vests. Now he'll probably go Rask's Intempt and try and hit us, and we'll just bounce him. We'll flicker him so we don't lose him. I need him to survive so I can bring him back. Can't let him get exiled. So right now I'm kind of just looking at planes. Need to dig deeper. Alright, my turn. Ooh, Search for Glory. Now that's fun. Oh, okay. Well then, that's the end of that. Going first. Oof. This is not the worst thing ever. If I can hit another land or a white land, we could do okay with Birth. Doomscar is always good. Depends on what kind of Lurrus deck this is. White. It's probably a Magecraft one. Yeah, Magecraft. Oh no, that's fine. Elspeth's Nightmare will take him out. Let's just foretell that. Can't do anything about it, but we should be able to Elspeth's Nightmare and kill Luminancer next turn. Unless he holds up the things to destroy it. Although Extinction Event won't save his Luminancer. Alright, so it's... Oh, could this be similar to what I was playing before? That I built? Oh, was it? Ah, he's going to go all out. So he's going all out with this one. So it means we'll kill it next turn. Oh, it might. Depends on what he plays. He could try and save it and waste a thing on it. Let's do that. Like, he might just waste a spell to say keep it alive. No, he does not. Alright, that's good. Surprised we haven't hit a white land yet. That's a little concerning. No, he wants to try and save his dude. Oh, man. What do we got? Oh, yeah, that's not fun. Let's go with Wizard's Lightning and get rid of that. Now, shoot, we're in trouble, aren't we? Let's grab a Yorion. Let's play Swamp. I really need a white land right now. Otherwise, he's just going to burn us out. Not much I can do about that. Oh, he didn't play the right land. We can exile him next turn. Oh, you've got to be joking. I don't believe it. No white lands. This is just what are you? You're odd. Let's go with that. Odd. Get rid of him. All these things require him to have stuff. So, odd. Get rid of it. Jeez. Jesus. I really need a white land. I really, really need a white land. Otherwise he's just going to shock. Shoot, he'll do... What's that? That's 8 damage he does in one go. Jeez. What a burn. Oh, dang. Oh, wow. That's a good card. It's not exactly white lands, but it does keep me alive a little bit longer. I really, really would like it. Pyromancer, I don't like him. It's going to burn me out. Come on, white land, please. Please. Oh, well, it's a gateway. It allows me to play things like Zapolta without having the lands necessary for it. All I need is one thing. Alright, let's do 9 damage. Do 2 now. At least we'll have a blocker up at the end of the turn. Oh, it's very dangerous. He has 2 cards in hand. He could just be waiting to... That's 3. Oh, there's the white land. Okay. Now, as much as I'd love to put him down, I'm going to have to do this. And that is going to net me that, which gets me Elspeth's Nightmare. And gets me some life. This gets rid of Pyromancer. He dies. And I go to 9 life, so it's 2, still 2 he's got. Lava Runner hits the field. That's another 2 damage. We'll have a blocker up now, so that's at least good. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't want that. Do we? If we go here, we can go act... Oh, I've got an idea what we can do. If we get another white land, we can go... We can play... Actually, how much do I have? I could do both. Let's go... Let's play this. Let's find a land. Let's play this one. Let's play Yorion. Yorion can bounce this and this. Bring him back. Doesn't matter. Destroy gets you Lava Runner. Grab another Plains. That's gone. There's 9 life. He's at 1 mana again. Good. Good, 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 good. Shock. Ah, dang. Why would you do that? That's mean. Oh, you have nothing in your hand. Well, I don't really care about that right now. Any... No, I don't. Alright, well, let's go you. Give me Zapolta. That's going to hit him hard. Let's go with the Godless Shrine. Enters tapped. Combat. Yorion, go punch him in the face, please. That turn. Okay, a little bit more life. Man, that Cosmos Elixir keeping us in the game. Alright, well, that's 12 damage next turn. No way he can do 9 in one go. He's going to lose his entire graveyard, so if he wants to pull stuff there, he's going to lose that all. If somehow he destroys my things, I can bring him back. And that's the end. Hey everybody, welcome back. So yeah, they were some pretty fun games. I enjoy the deck. I think it's really fun. I think there is some adjustments to be made to make it a bit more consistently good. But if you do get a pretty good hand that involves at least a board wipe, some removal, some searching, you can take out most things. You really just got to... Only things you're going to have really struggle with is a really quick burn deck or a turn 3 kill deck. No way you can stop that. Although that beats most decks, so don't feel bad. But against a mid-range control sort of matchup, if you can stick down Thran Temporal Gateway and they've got no way getting rid of it, this is the end game for them. It puts things down so they can't counter them. Just going to go with that. Anyway, that is the deck for today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't already, maybe even consider subscribing to keep up to date with new decks. I do put out a new video every second day. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what you liked about it in the comment section below. If you have any ideas to improve the deck or ideas for other decks in the future, please leave that in the comment section below as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now, everybody.